So we get to the CES show. And our reservations are canceled. And we know who did. We know because we got on the phone. I stand there next to the guy and goes, yeah, Camille? Yes, Sam, Leonard, yes, cancel? No, we're not going to be there. We canceled the Target's reservations. True story. I met Leonard at the 25th anniversary. And so three things happened when we found out we had our reservations at the MGM were no good. First, I grabbed a woman that had her credit card out to work there, and I held her by the arm and marched her to the front and said, I'd like a room for every night that is available. I didn't own a credit card. I wasn't credit worthy back then. Then the second was we took out a DX64, put it up on the counter, and said, this is for all available nights. And we did. We got all available nights back by trading this computer. And the third thing was, we called and canceled the reservations for a time. So I'm at the Commodore 64 anniversary, and I met Leonard Tramiel, who I just never run into before. And we're standing in front of a DX64. I go, hey, wait a minute. This reminds me of that time you canceled our reservations and we canceled yours back. And he's standing there with this grin, and I'm standing there with this grin. And it was just weird. It was weird. We were both at that same point in time and place at the same time. It was very cool to have met him after all that. The other thing that happened then, while I'm standing there waiting to get a hotel room, is the ground starts storming. Well, Von Irvine, the guy I told you so courageously had written CTM while sitting, had been drinking. Von is a stocky guy. Von is on the run, and I'm in his crosshairs. So he tackled me, taking me out of this row. I'm told we didn't hit the ground for like 7 feet, and it just slid on my face the last 4 feet. So I did this whole CS show with a rug burn on my face. So that was just the kind of thing that was going on. Okay, so let me start. We're supposed to wrap up now. So I'll tell you one last quick story about what it was like working at Commodore. The security guards were something of a problem. We turned off the heat, as I said, the hot water. Well, they turned off the air conditioner at night. So while I was working on the 128, I would sweat on the board, and it wouldn't work. And I'd have every 20 minutes we'd have to stop and spray off the boards. I had a head to end and everything. And we had our own lab for it by that time. Well, it was a new enough room that there was no key for it. So the security guards had got this mentality that any door needs to be locked, if it can be, whether a key exists or not. So they locked the door. I climbed over the ceiling, and you get that white crap all over you. And I run along, I unlocked the door, went back to work this Saturday, right? So please don't lock this door. There is no key. Next day it's locked. I mean, there is nothing going to stop me from getting this CBS show. Nothing. So, crawl over again. Throw a sign. Look, guys, no key. Stop. Next day it's locked. The urban legend is I punched through both walls in one punch. It took two. And everybody's boom, boom, they hear it, right? I punched through and unlocked the door. And let myself in. So now there's a hole like this in the wall. Well, next day we come in, and the door's locked again. I said, look, guys, there's a frickin' hole in the wall. You can stop locking it. Now, the QA guys, the QA department, we had 4 QA. We didn't get along. It became his top priority to fix that hole in the wall. I mean, that was, and this was the guy. I can tell you QA. Anybody notice our QA sucked? Yeah, this was the guy that would at some point just stand up on the desk and say, it's not going to work. And then at anything that happened, he'd say, see, I told you. And it got to the point where he didn't want this to succeed so he could be right. Well, at one point, we had done the font wrong. Have anybody seen the Easter egg in there that says, brought to you by, and it says Von Irvine and whatnot?
Yeah.
All right. Bill Herdware, all that. I didn't know that was in there until afterwards. We never disclosed it until it was too late. Well, the guys had noticed that the B on Bond's name had a bar over it. The font ROM was wrong. So the QA department never even typed each key once. That's how we missed the shift Q. Everybody knows 128, the shift Q doesn't work. So we had to res the font ROM. And at this time, the software manager goes, talk about that. That's really a software thing, so you shouldn't be releasing that. I should be releasing. Oh, okay, good. Here, you release it. I need it by Tuesday at MOS if I'm going to make CES ship. And this is like on a Thursday or Friday. Meanwhile, a memo had come out that we were to stop breaking into offices. It all but said, this means you, Bill Hurd. Yeah, I mean, holes in the walls. I mean, so you know the reputation I have, right? And so I'm Thursday. You working on that ROM? Yeah. Right. I need that ROM by Tuesday. Oh, yeah. So over the weekend, I climb over to this, break into his office, white crap all over me again. I take the ROM, I open the drawer, I saw where he put it, I took it. I released it to MOS Technology, and on Tuesday, the drop dead date, we're in a meeting, I'm like, how's that ROM coming? Oh, it's under a strong, I'm like, liar! Now here's a long-haired kid doing this, right? I mean, this guy's from, you're a liar! I broke into your office, stole that ROM, and I released it to the, and the manager says, because I got it all in there. And, you know, I'll stop there. I can just keep talking. There was he tried to get me fired one other time. The PLA terms for the 128 goes from here down to the ground when you hold it out. We missed one, right? When you try to play international soccer, as it turned out, which happens to be in Ultramax mode, IO Ultramax mode, it would just have a very black screen. So we go into a meeting, and I said, yeah, I fire trucked up. I didn't really say the word fire truck, but use your imagination. And the guy goes, no, we have proof that it was you that released the ROM that had the error in it. Yes, I fire trucked up, and here's how I'm going to fix it. And the two QA managers, you know, they've got blood in their sides. They're like, they brought a stack of papers with my signature on it. No, you don't understand. You're the one that did that. Yeah, and at that time, suddenly a guy at the end of the table, the president of MOS, clears his throat. Everybody gets quiet. And goes, I think Bill's got it in hand. And these two QA managers, like, leaned away from each other. Suddenly, they were both talking. And the way we fixed it, I'll share it with you if you like chips. When we did a lot of chips, we only did half the lot. We do the first 3 layers, called 1, 2, 3. And then we put half in storage, and we do the 4, 5, 6 on the rest. So the way we did fix this was I had a half, because I'm a rambunctious young kid. We pulled it out, and we drew the top 3 layers with the change in it. We found a way to make it fit the top 3 layers. And, that was November 27th, right? And we got that done in time. So, any questions about Commodore or how Commodore ended up the way they built? So, if you thought there was animosity between Atari and this is what we were wearing while we were putting the booth together. That's the this is a rare Steve thing. So that's all I have. If there's any questions or anything, by all means shout it out. But then I can talk about it.